This is a great morning to all of you. Thank you for being there in this meeting point we have for the free English classes online in Mac. Okay, in this very first class, we are going to see different ways of greeting, different ways of introducing yourself for others in order to acquire basic vocabulary for keeping an everyday conversation, right? In order to do so, we are going to choose different type of vocabulary, formal or informal, depending on the context or the register you are going to use. So to do that, I have prepared you a presentation that, give me a second, hold on there. I'm going to share my desktop. There we are. And here we have the presentation, right? Okay. The first task for this moment is for you to classify these words into formal or informal. Yes? Here we have the first one, which is hi. Yes? Hola. Then we have hey, Jude. When you greet a friend, maybe a classmate or a workmate too, why not? Then the classic one, we have hello, hola, complete form. Okay, then we have the short form. Hi. How do you do? How do you do? Right? ¿Cómo estás? How do you do? Remember an old song? How do you do? Okay. And then we have what's up. What's up? Sounds familiar, right? Everything okay when you ask someone. ¿Va todo bien? Right? How is it going? ¿Cómo va? Right? And then we have good morning. Yes? Morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on the time you use that greeting, right? How are you? Good to see you. Honored to meet you. We have different ways of greeting people, right? And of course, you have to choose the one that you feel more confident or familiar, okay? So the first assignment for this class, for this moment, is for you to choose between them and classify into two columns, formal and informal greetings, right? It's going to take us a couple of minutes, okay? So you may pause the video and continue then later. And then we have basic questions in an everyday conversation, how to keep a conversation flowing, going, right? So what is useful to speak about? For instance, I don't know, speaking about the weather, okay? The same as Spanish, our native tongue. En español hablamos sobre el clima, ¿no? Para establecer una conversación. Cuando no sabemos qué hablar, ¡ay, qué lindo que está! Está soleado. Well, in English, happens the same. Okay, so think about that and write your notes. Write your notes down, please. Okay, and here we have different vocabulary connected to weather. Sunny, soleado, foggy, like in England, right? Hot, it's terrible hot. Okay, it's terrible cold. It's freezing, my goodness. Kind of cloudy, amazing, warm. It's just right. I feel good with this weather, okay? And in order to spot the difference between weather and climate, we have to speak about and clarify that weather refers to what's the weather like in a moment or from moment to moment in a day, right? Climate refers to a region. How's the climate, for instance, in Buenos Aires in January, okay? ¿Cómo está el clima? ¿Cómo es el clima en Buenos Aires en Argentina? And then we have different questions related to that. What's the weather like today? ¿Cómo está el clima hoy? Is it sunny outside? No, now it's raining. ¿Sí? ¿Está soleado? No. Ahora llueve. What do you like more? Sunny or cloudy days? Maybe rainy days? ¿Qué te gusta más? ¿Qué tipo de tiempo preferís? Soleado, lluvioso, all right? What's your favorite type of weather? ¿Cuál es tu clima favorito? ¿No? Nosotros en castellano tenemos esa distinción y en inglés sí existe. Difference between weather and climate, okay? Climate relates to scientific, okay, development, study of the weather, okay? Well, and this is one of the most important moments because whenever you go to I don't know, a job interview, okay, or when you travel, you need to speak about yourself. Okay, so how to introduce yourself? What is advisable to speak about? Okay, so in order to keep that in mind, we have to speak about your name. Okay, so what's your first name, your middle or second name, and if you have a surname, family name, or last name. Okay, do you use social networks? Okay, for instance, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. Okay, what do you do in your free time? What do you like doing in your free time? I don't know, yoga, yes, training, cycling, okay? And what do you do for living? What's your work? And different information related to family. Here we have, yes, kind of example, and it's advisable to use salutation first, name, and a personal fact. Okay, for instance, hi, I'm Sol, I'm from Buenos Aires, Argentina. Oh, hey, my name is Julia, and I love playing cards. Okay, so of course, depending where you are, you're going to use add or skip some information. Clear? Okay, so now we're going to do and see different ways of introducing yourself. So I may say, hello, my name is, hi, I'm, nice to meet you. I'm, it's a pleasure to meet you. I like to introduce myself. How do you do? My name is, well, here in Buenos Aires it's raining. Maybe you can hear the rain outside, talking about the weather, okay? And the last part of the presentation refers to introducing others, okay? So I may say, hey, Miriam, please meet Nicholas. Miriam, how you met Nicholas? Imagine that you are at a party or at work, okay? Miriam, I'd like you to meet Nicholas. Yes, let me introduce you to Nicholas. Okay, and then I have different responses when I meet someone. Nice to meet you. Okay, encantada, encantado de conocerte. Pleased to meet you. Happy to meet you. How do you do? In order to keep the conversation going. It's a pleasure to meet you. All of them are similar in meaning. Todas son muy similares en significado, ¿sí? And the last suggestion is glad to meet you. Okay, so the assignment for this very first moment of our class, our first meeting point is you should record a video introducing yourself, yes, and a friend. La tarea para este primer momento de clase es grabar un video donde se presenten a ustedes mismos y un amigo. Then, with all the vocabularies in this moment, you are going to classify formal or informal, okay? Of course, you may use the dictionary to help you, ¿sí? Van a hacer una lista con todas las palabras que vimos en este encuentro y las van a clasificar en formales e informales, ¿sí? Por supuesto, si es necesario, pueden recurrir a la ayuda de un diccionario. And what we are going to see in next class, of course, is going to be hard because we are going to see grammar, okay? Present simple conjugation and the to be form, one of the most important and difficult tenses, okay, to learn English, okay? Well, that's all for now. Thank you. Thank you, Emilio, for being there, and see you next class, I hope. Bye-bye.